Anyway, this is also supposed to be a spooky, so do you guys have any spooky stories to tell?
I'm eating. Go ahead, Bob.
Bob, you have a spooky story to
Spooky
tell?
story. How am I?
Do an improv story. You
An
start
improv
it.
story.
You start it. We'll do a sentence at a time. Go.
Okay. So this one time I was vacationing in my lake house home in the Catskills in New York, upstate, sort of. Mark, go.
You gave me a lot of information to work with.
It's a very detailed scenario. Bring it home.
So in this lake house in upstate New York in the Catskills, we're the Catskills, which are xylophones for cats, and we didn't bring cats though with us. So when we heard the Catskills, we knew we were in trouble. Go.
Is it Wade's turn? My turn.
No, it's your turn. I don't think Wade can do it.
So we didn't have cats with us, but we could hear the Catskills, and it was me. And I forgot to mention that Wade was there, and Wade was just like, "I can't even handle the Catskills exist. How are we supposed to fight this?" And I was like, "Well, you know what? You know what? The one thing that cats are the most fearful of, right? It's Cool Ranch Doritos." And Wade always has like 6 bags of Cool Ranch Doritos when we go on vacation together. So I went into Wade's trunk that he carries. It's got like goofy stickers all over it. It's like one of those. It's like a Harry Potter trunk, and he's got a wand in there too. So I went in there, and I got like 3 of the 6 bags of Cool Ranch Doritos, and I got them out, and I was like, let's sprinkle these on all of the windowsills and keyboards in the house, and that'll keep the cats away that are playing those Catskills. And I forget what happened next.
I remember, thankfully.
Okay, good. Thank God.
I don't know. I was waiting for when you were going to pass it to me. But you just kept rolling with it. I was amazed.
I just
One sentence apiece.
say some words, Mark. That was one sentence. It was a long sentence.
So long as, okay. So then, after we ran out of Cool Ranch Doritos, we thought we were safe in the Catskills. And we thought that we were safe. But unfortunately, they weren't actually cats. They were cats, people that turn into cats under the light of the full moon, and they are not allergic to Cool Ranch Doritos. So Wade donned his Harry Potter garb and put on his robe, and then took his wand out and ran into the woods screaming,
Pee hype.
"Pee hype!" Casting the Harry Potter spell Pius Hypus as he blasted the werecats away with his wand juice. And go!
Unfortunately, that's only Wade's version of the story. And what actually happened was he ran into the woods. He ran into the woods wearing his Harry Potter stuff, screaming pee hype and flailing his wand around, really girly with his female hands. And the cats just ate him because Harry Potter's not real. And Wade didn't know that, but what can you do?
Why did this turn into a story about me?
So we lost Wade, and then it was just Mark and me. I forgot to mention that Mark was there.
I was there, yeah.
He was just quietly sitting in the background like he does. And Mark hopped up and was like, "Fuck, werecats." Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, so I said, "Fuck werecats," because I hate them. God damn, they're the worst. And I didn't know what to do, but I reached into Wade's trunk, and deep down in the bottom, there was this wet bag in there, and I pulled it out, and it was really gross because when I opened it up, it was just filled with, I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it, so I handed it to Bob. So I didn't know what it was, so I handed it to Bob, and I told him that this was the secret ingredient to killing all the werecats, and he believed me. So this is what happened next.
Yeah, well, so Mark handed me this bag that I instantly realized as obviously being Wade's pea coat. And I really bring this whole thing full circle, didn't I?
Yeah.
So I took Wade's pea coat, and I put it on, and I just was like, you know what? You guys ate Wade, and Mark's not going to do shit. He's just going to sit back there on Twitter on a stupid iPhone and do anything. And I just ran out into the woods, and I beat the shit out of those fucking werecats. I punched them all in their people-y cat-like faces. And
Wade the Maid's #2 in Ireland.
And Wade was never heard from again.
Okay, unfortunately, that was just Bob's side of the story. What really happened is Bob put on the pea coat. He loved it so much, and then ran out to join the werecats. And the werecats smelled the peacoat and then claimed him as one of them. And they made him their king, and they made him king of the werecats. Congratulations, Bob. Also, werecats, they're bodies of a cat, but just the head of a human.
LSD.
Really weird. So,
And that's the story of how I became king of the werecats.
yes, that's what happened. Stall for a minute and 20 seconds, because that's how long this is going to
Ding,
take.
ding, 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 ding,
Wait,
ding,
start off
ding,
another
ding,
story.
ding, ding.
Real quick, lightning.
Oh, I don't want to.
Once upon a time, down on the riverbed in southern Mississippi.
There was a banjo playing, kazoo playing, basketball eating man of the earth.
What are we describing?
Man.
Okay. There's a man.
There was a man who had many skills. Bob,
And
Wade,
He.
this is not how we're doing this. Went
down.
South. Souther.
God damn it.
souther, then
Your.
Mom.
Yeah.
perfect. Still need 45 seconds.
He went down souther than your mom. What do you want?
No, he went down south than your mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys know the rest.
Time's going up. I got 50 seconds down.
Oh, come on, man.
Subtracting time.
So
The story is making the
he
internet
liked to
worse.
wear dresses and
He liked to go to the ball. And
He could not find anyone who would take him to the ball. So
he asked his mother.
but she was too south to be reached. Vagina dentata. If you know what I mean.
Tooth south.
She was tooth south.
which in technical terms is a medical problem where
Oh God.
your teeth grow further south on your body than they're supposed to, and so it's called tooth south. So then something else happened, Wade.
Then he got bit by the tooth south, and I'm going to pass this right now.
Tooth south, as you know, is a medical condition where your teeth grow out the bottom of your jaw.
Jaw,
instead of
yeah,
your
jaw.
mouth.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
with that being said, they shit.
And then
And then
It's time to get spooky up in here.
everyone ready to get spoopied?
Oh man, so much spoop around here.
Spoopy doopy.
I'm going to put on my hood. Don't judge it.
It's a really
Don't pay attention for a few minutes.
classy hood you got there.
Thank you.
This is like the loudest fucking ghost that's ever existed.
Everyone's like,
Oh, I'm a ghost! Oh! Are you scared yet?
yeah, are you guys
Keep
scared?
doing it.
Good. If
All right.
we had a fog machine, we'd really, really liven this place up.
Yeah.
Wait.
I look-
What are you doing?
You look like a.
Trying to make this creepier.
It's not creepy. You just look like a jub. And you just,
Yeah. you
Bum,
look-
bum, oh wait, that's the Ewoks.
okay.
yeah, you know the jubs.
yeah.
Bum, bum,
The jub walks.
What
Jub,
did
jabronis.
Jawas sound? What did Jawas do?
They sound exactly
They sound
like.
like squirrels.
They sound exactly like Mark being a squirrel.
Okay, everybody. Welcome to the live stream for charity.
That is sex corn, not popcorn.
We are here. I bet you want to try my popcorn. It's a good recipe. We're all going to tell another campfire story. This one's going to be actually scary.
Is it one sentence apiece again?
Yeah, one sentence.
Okay.
But this time, actually do one sentence.
Who's leading us off?
Wait.
It was a very dark and stormy night in South Dakota.
Nothing much happens in South Dakota, so thought the unsuspecting mariner, Sailor Johnson Jeremy Jacobson.
Sailor in South Dakota.
Mariner Jacobson continued to sit and think, and he was like, man, you know, there's a lot of cows around here. If there was some kind of demon that was really into cows, this would be a dangerous situation.
And there was.
The demon's name was Jeff, and he popped out from behind a scow. A scary cow. It was
Is a scow a space cow?
No, it was a scary cow.
Oh,
It's a
okay,
scow.
scary
It was
cow.
a very scary cow. Popped out and yelled, "Ooga booga!"
And the whole field of cows were just like, "Whoa, fuck, it's Jeff!"
And Mariner Jacobson was like, "Oh shit, it's Jeff!"
That was my sentence with one word changed.
But then he composed himself and decided to be the true sailor that he is, because he got banished from sailing school when he was caught.
I think I know what word was coming to your mind.
When he was caught having inappropriate relations with a dolphin. That's why he banished himself to South Dakota, where he could never mariner again, but he knew he had to do it once more.
Mariner Jacob was so torn up about the dolphin that he went and fetched his rifle so that he could get rid of Jeff once and for all and return to his love in the ocean.
And then he wondered, why not just use a cow instead?
Yes, cowgun technology had advanced to the point where he could actually shoot Jeff.
It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky.
Yeah,
he was spooky.
Jeff would never know when he sabotaged one of the cows to self-destruct at just the opportune moment as Jeff unzipped his pants.
Okay. So Jeff was standing right behind the sabotaged cow. He had already done this to like 30 other cows, but he finally, thanks to the mariner's laziness, had come upon the sabotaged cow.
And the cow, upon Jeff's realization, went, "Moo!"
Jeff's realization.
Way to advance the story, Wade.
Anyway. Jeff
Go
unzipped
ahead.
his pants to get out his cow kebab maker.
To get out his
That
broomstick.
still sounds really wrong. To get out of the broomstick.
Get it?
No, broomstick. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So Jeff, doing nothing illegal or sexual to the scows, decided that it would be a good idea to change his ways and never do whatever he planned to do to a cow again.
And then Mariner Jake Johnson, seeing Jeff rezip his fly and put away his broomstick / cow kebab maker, flipped a total shit. Picked up his rifle that he had for some reason decided not to use originally and went out there to fuck Jeff up.
And then actually scary demons appeared.
They were also named Jeff. It was a whole family. The Jeffs came out,
name.
and
It's
Jeff
family
was like, "Oh, the little kid of the family." He's like, "No, don't pick on me. I love my cows."
Real scary demons.
Yeah, really scary. So scary. Your turn.
So, yeah, they were really scary, but Mariner Jefferson was not to be outdone. So he unzipped his pants, and then this happened.
We found out that he had a golden kebab as well. And
As well?
what
did we
Or
miss?
broomstick, whatever the devil we ended up settling on.
That's not what I was questioning.
When did it turn
Who
gold?
else has a golden one?
You know, the other
Is Gold
demons.
Member secretly in this story?
Yes, secret. And then Gold Member popped out of nowhere behind. He was the cow.
And he
which
was
is
like,
mistook
I
him.
was the other one who had a gold stick.
I love cows.
Happy Halloween!
At the end. And then they all died. Woo! Deep into the dark woods, there was a little child who was running through on his way back home from his trip fishing in the pond in the middle of the dark, scary woods. Even though his father had told him that, no, don't go into the dark, scary woods and fish in the pond in the middle of the dark, scary woods.
Are you done?
I'm done.
And this woods was way, way different than like Little Red Riding Hood woods. This was more like, I don't know, like the forest woods. Like there was stuff running around, but it wasn't animals, and you didn't know what it was. It was terrifying.
The little boy's name was Tim Jibberjabby. And as he wandered through the woods, he kept hearing strange and creepy screams coming from the distance.
Tim JJJB decided that he was going to find out what these noises were, which was a terrible mistake.
When he realized it was a terrible mistake, He decided not to do that because it was a terrible mistake. But it was too late.
Because as Tim Jibberjabby found out, the screams were coming from all around him. There was no escape.
So Tim decided that he would need to dig a hole as fast as he could, because obviously if you can't go away around you, they'll never find him in the ground.
I don't understand that part of the story, so I'm just going to let Wade go.
But as Tim started to dig his way down, he found he didn't bring a shovel with him into these dark woods, and he was not getting very far very fast, and the screams were closing in quickly.
This is not going well for Tim. He can't run anywhere and he can't dig his way out. So he straps on his imaginary jetpack and makes noises going, woo, trying to fly away from it. But it doesn't work.
Because unfortunately, it is an imaginary jetpack. So while we've got Tim Jibberjabby in the hole making his ridiculous noises, all of the creatures that were making the sounds obviously heard him and were like, what?
And in their what moment, they themselves became terrified.
Because secretly Tim Jibberjabby tore off his face. And
Secretly?
died.
It's going so well.
It was going so well.
Was it? Was it really?
It was
It
better
was-
than our other ones.
Okay, Tim, hang on, I'll retract that. Tim doesn't do that. Tim thinks he would do that.
He secretly ripped off
He
his
imagines that happens, but actually,
Tim secretly reaches into his backpack to pull out the one amazing tool that'll get him out of this situation, not only quickly, but efficiently wipe out every single demon that was around him. And the tool is...
well, you might think that it's that thing that shoots saw blades from Dead Space. Or you might think that it's some kind of badass sword, like maybe Cloud's Buster from Final Fantasy VII. But actually, the single most terrifying thing in existence is Markiplier's dildo broomstick shirt. And that is what he pulled out of his bag.
And as he slipped it on, the dildo glowed miraculously and
A shining gold, please.
a shining gold. And its smiling face could be seen for miles away.
First time Mark hasn't had anything to say.
But it turns out the demons surrounding him were all Jeff, and they were entranced by it. The scary Jeffs, not the pansy cow Jeff.
Who also had golden
Who all
broomsticks.
had a golden broomstick. Yes.
That was my sentence.
Oh.
Punting.
And the scary Jeffs came in closer, and seeing the dildo, became truly terrified. So terrified that they had to rethink their plan.
So their new plan, instead of just killing Tim Jibberjabby, was to actually make him think that they were gone and they were not going to kill him anymore. So they ran away, but pretending, screaming in fear.
And after they got a little ways away, they all turned invisible because they're demons, and I say that they have that power. So the invisible demons just waited for Tim JJJJB to foolishly exit his hole in the ground.
And as Tim got out of the 3-inch hole he managed to dig with his fingers, wearing his glowing dildo shirt, he put on his goggles that could see invisible demons that he just happened to keep wrapped in his shirt and his pants.
Technologically advanced demon seeing goggles. It turns out that Tim was a young... What's the guy's name?
Jibberjabby.
Yeah, no. Tim was a young Van Helsing. And he decided that these demons were vampires. And in the actuality, they were just the townsfolk coming to see what was wrong. So he viciously, brutally murdered the entire town accidentally because he had these goggles that made him see as if he was just seeing demons. But in reality, they corrupted him. The end.
Okay, the end. Yeah, good, the end.
Okay. That went nowhere so slowly.